So for the past 2 months, my diesel heater has been giving me some issues. What was basically happening was that the fan was randomly changing its velocity and the fuel pump was kind of like following its lead. It was ticking faster or slower at times depending on the fan speed. At times the fan and the fuel pump has slowed down so much that the heater was automatically shutting off and throwing a fan error code. So to tackle that issue, initially I found that if you tap the fan shaft with a hammer very lightly, it fixes itself for about a few days and then I have to reapply it. So I was basically hoping to ride out the winter with this little ghetto fix and then permanently fix the heater during the summer when I'm not using it. Unfortunately, after a while, that little hammer fix worked for shorter and shorter periods of time until I basically had to reapply it multiple times a day. Right now, my little trick basically does nothing and the heater just shuts off very frequently and throws that fan error code. So I think it's time to finally address the issue. Instead of only getting the spare parts to fix the old heater, I purchased the bearings as well. They're coming in tomorrow, but I also got a new heater just in case. If it's like the fan motor or something that's wrong, I guess that could be another faulty thing, and not only the bearing. Maybe the bearing is fine. So I just decided to get another heater. They're fairly cheap, and it's a good idea to have some kind of a spare way to heat your van, because it's it's tough when you're out of heat for like a week or two. So I'll keep the old one for like parts and I'll plug in this new one. Ooh, this has a different controller, different cable. Interesting. Okay, so I checked the main wiring harness and it appears like the old controller has 3 cables, red, blue and black, and they basically go into the same slots on this wiring harness, the new one and the old one. So I think I could just instead of rerouting and taking out all the old cable, I could just kind of solder these cables into the old wire, and hopefully each of these wires, each of the respective colors, go into kind of the same function as the old controller, or I might actually burn it. Off. It's now only the fuel. The fuel has just a tight clamp. Okay. So that's that. All of it is off. You could just move the heater out of the way. Perfect. Let's see if the new one is the same. Looks the same. This one came with a nice filter. It has a nice mesh. I'll keep that as a spare. Okay, these 4 bolts screwed in very nicely, but the exhaust pipe is kind of bent after being on previously and being clamped. Okay, I ended up cutting it slightly on top so it's able to fit, And there is still plenty of solid metal in here that I could clamp, and it's gonna be a nice and tight seal. Okay, everything is connected securely. Now it's just soldering in the new controller and then seeing if everything works. And then I guess I'll check for leaks in here. So here you have the old controller. The old one looks much better. Here are the cables I'm going to slice and then just solder them. It's kind of a tight area, but yeah. I could always actually reuse. I could have actually reused this controller if I just replaced the motherboard of the old one. I put the old motherboard into the new unit, and I think I would have been able to reuse this. But I want to see what functions this one has. Let's see if it... Oh, it kind of fits. Okay, I temporarily just connected these wires. I got the new heater plugged in. So now all that's missing is a fuse. So let's see if it works. Okay, perfect. So the wiring is all good. This is upside down. Let's try to start it. There's fuel in the lines, so it should be good. So it's technically primed already. It has the timer. That would be awesome if this unit had like a function where you could set like the turn on and turn off timer to like a specific hour of the day, like 7 a.m. and then just have it turn on every day automatically, because my previous one didn't have that. No errors so far. Okay, the pump. Yeah, this is great. Alright, so I'll clean up all of this mess. So instead of soldering, I found a better solution. It's these insulated connectors. So they're not as permanent. So you just plug them in like this and you cramp both sides. Okay, I got all the connectors installed. And this actually fits pretty well into this existing bracket if I put the cable on the bottom. Alright, so the van is in stealth mode with all the window covers up. So you basically cannot see anything from the outside. Just a regular parked van. And this evening I'll be making myself a few meals. Pork chops dipped in flour, egg, and possibly breadcrumbs, cucumber, and tomato salad in sour cream, and then boiled potatoes. I think 2 eggs is a little bit too much, but probably 1 is not enough. Ooh, these are massive. I think the first one is ready. Let's just slice it and see if it's cooked throughout. I think it is. Yep. I got 4 of these pork chop cutlets. So this should be good for like 4 meals with a bunch of potatoes. This is the first one that I cooked, so it cooled off a little bit. It's still delicious. Okay, I think that'll be all for tonight. It's pretty late already. I'm gonna finish up, clean up a little bit, and head to sleep.